Well, tubes, there's a space here. It's quite bare, very bare space. I had to make room for this spot here, which the keys now sit, and that's because of this thing here. I've been spinning it with the drill to try and start it, and that's why it's on this little device here. I want to show you just what I'm having dramas with, and obviously I oil it and stuff. The compression's great. Really is, you know. I'll show you something. This is something you can do. When you know there's spark, hold this, okay. Ignition on. You can always hear it now. Hold that open, the exhaust. That's the spark plug firing. Now what I want to show you is that most of the duration of travel is spark. I've probably got about 30 degrees of no spark. Now, how it was, the engine started, ran for a few seconds and then stopped. And yeah, obviously, well, now it was spark from here. No, sorry. When it stopped, I observed that I had spark from there around to there, and then it would stop and have no spark between there and there, and then spark all the way back round. I reckon the spark, whoever has, my viewers, followers or not, if you have this engine, even the blue one, hold your exhaust valve open and listen. Is it mostly spark throughout in a short travel of no spark, or is it short travel of no spark roughly around the just before and just after, about 30 degrees, and is the rest no spark? Post in the comments. It would be a great I'd very much appreciate it. Yeah, bloody, my last video was pretty sad. Everything else seemed fine. I even made a spark plug cap, and what I did, hang on, so one of these with a boot removed, and then got a few of these are great. A lot of people complain about these. The trick is when you heat them up and they solder together, do their job. Let them sit and cool down before you try and move them. I did that, soldered it on, and then I'd actually cut between the soldered piece and that glue piece. So the soldered piece there, it did the solder, it soldered the more positive connection. And the other piece, once that I'd done that, put the glue just over there, and so I actually had a bit of a boot over the spark plug, and It's a nice fit. It's a good positive fit just on the plug there. Anyway, so I did that, which is good. 3 AAA batteries, that's pretty good. I get them easy. I've got a feeling that's me problem, because I'll sit there with the power drill. That's why this is set up this way. In here, it might pop and it'll try and pulse a few times, you know, hit a few times. Yeah, I'll get the fuel mixture right. It'll try and run. It'll sort of bump over a couple times, bump, 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 and then slow down and then fire backwards. Like an engine that wants to run but it won't, or whatever the case is. So I think mechanically it's beautiful. Oh, the only other thing I've got the shits with is play in the wood. You can see that, but I'll just try and hold that still and see if. Hang on. I'll try and hold that still. You can see it there. Now I'll just try and set this up so I can observe the play properly. Right. Bit of end float, but that's not too bad. The thing is that the actual and the bolts are tight. There's no more giving them, like the bearing faces, the surfaces are pressed tight, so I can't even sand them flat. Sand a bit of material off and then try and take the play out. Unless I actually take the bearing caps off and do them. I don't know yet. I want to get it running first. But this engine out here in the shed, with me trying to mess around with it, is why I have that space in my little engine collection, which, well, so far that's a adequate amount of room, but my collection is growing all the time, so I want to try and I'll deal with that. But as an idea, I might take a bit of material off the bearing caps, and that might a couple of thou at a time and see until the play is gone, and see what we can do from there. For those who don't know, the blue engine had one piston ring. When I took this one out, it has 2 of those green rings. 2 piston rings, not just one. For those who didn't know, the blue engine had 1 ring, and this silver engine has got 2 rings. I think I've just got a bad ignition system, but let me know in the comments where your ignition is, if you have one. Where is it a short spark and a long duration of travel with no spark, or is it like this, which makes no sense? Because essentially what happens, I'll flick that back on. From there, I've set it to just after. I've moved that disc around. I've tried before and everything, and just before is where it works best. But then they'll go around and it's still firing there. I'm actually past halfway up the stroke before it stops sparking there. I set it to try and get the spark to stop there, but it'll start here. And I'll try and set it here, and it tries to start. When I set it just before top to thin like that, it tries to run, but the engine's fighting itself too, so it can't actually get up and get the speed up and just go. It plays up and it won't run for long. It just hits a few times, and yeah, so I've spent several hours. The day I got it, it ran and it died. Me and a mate, we put 9 hours into trying to restart it, so it's not going to go until something is changed. Then I'll worry about the playing the crank. And I told the seller, I said, mate, got issues. I go, that's good to hear, thank you. And I'm just like, yeah, that's great. That's real good. 10 minutes long, righto. Thanks for watching. Yeah, go for gold in the comments. All the help will be appreciated. And obviously there will be shout outs in my next video. Righto, catch us.